We're now joined by Professor Ismail Bhorat, who is the President-elect Associate Professor in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Prof, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. It was an important decision to hold this press briefing, I would imagine, just given the concern around the country. But besides the briefing itself, what immediate and concrete steps is the Department of Health taking, just to protect consumers from sanitary products that may contain these high levels of endocrine-disrupting chemicals, if at all, that were identified by the University of the Free State's research team?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for having me on, and a very good afternoon. I think obviously this has caused a stir and has produced a lot of anxiety, stress, and fear. But I think what is really important is that we need to look at the science, we need to look at the facts, we need to look at it with context, we need to give it a clinical perspective and correct interpretation of all the data. And I hope if I do that, I would allay those fears. Now, EDCs, which is endocrine-disrupting chemicals, only have a potential to interfere in the action of hormones, whether it's thyroid hormones, reproductive hormones, or whatever that can be, as opposed to established risk. So it's very important to make that distinction. There's a difference between potential to interfere and actual risk. At this point in time, and with a hindsight of 100 years when it was initially discovered, EDCs at the moment only represent a potential to interfere and not an actual risk. So which means the incidental finding of these chemicals, which is widespread, it's everywhere, right? It's almost everything that we're exposed to, and it's not only confined with the sanitary pads or panty liners, does not translate into the risk.